through it is a very mind-boggling, angsty and moody stage. But we cannot blame ourselves for it. It is a very confusing state in which the hormones are not in place at all. So what happens here is mainly the parts of the brain are not developed much. So the hindbrain may even cause the hormonal changes may cause the teenager to act reckless. Now, also to accompany this, we have addictions to maybe alcohol, drugs, or even social media and phone addictions. Now, we know all of it is not good for our brain, but do we exactly know what happens? Let's find out.
First off, let's start with the brain structure. The green part which you see here is a prefrontal cortex. The part of the brain which is a key to reasoning, problem solving, comprehension, empathy, impulse control, focus, and planning the consequences of an action is the prefrontal cortex. It is the slowest and most recently developed part of the brain. The ventromedial prefrontal cortex region, as you can see here, is involved in regulating the emotions, choosing the people with whom you want to be friends with, or morality or the emotional decision making. It works hand in hand with an ancient structure called the amygdala. This part of the brain is not developed till 25 years of age, and that's where your rationality comes from. So let's think of it for a few seconds. If it takes 25 years for rationality to mature, it explains a lot about adolescents and children. This part of the brain is involved in postponing gratification. What that means is that you are ready to sacrifice all the short-term rewards for the ones which are more longer and more better. But as this part of the brain is not fully developed, in teenagers, they lean on short-term reward systems. These structures, therefore, we teenagers are said to be reckless as we take more risk physically as well as mentally. But if you think of it in a broad way, it's actually very good because we are here to learn more and more things and build our career in a way that more exhilarating.
Now coming to the next part here, in purple color, it is called as parietal lobe. It is responsible for symbolic functions in language and mathematics and even spatial relationships. Now coming to the next part there, red color, it is sensory gland. It is responsible for senses including touch, vision, hearing, taste and even smell.
The blue part that you see here is the temporal lobe. It controls the advanced skilling, including comprehensions, processing sensory input, and new memories. The pink color that you see here is the optical lobe. The optical lobe includes visual processing, distance and depth perception, color determination, face recognition, etc. It develops in the later stage of our life.
Now, let's talk about the relationship between the central nervous system and the endocrine system. Now, we cannot just blame the brain for the hormonal secretions, can we? It is also a part of the endocrine system. Now, what happens here is the hormones are released into the endocrine system, which are made up of small capillaries, and they directly just merge with the blood in our body. So, if we have to define hormones are basically these small cyclic molecules which travel through the capillaries. Now, they control and coordinate the functions happening in our body or the movement of my hands. And we can also say that it not only controls our body's movements, but it also controls the intensity of the control of our body movements. Interesting.
Moving to the glands which secrete this beautiful hormone. The two glands which I call as bosses of endocrine glands are hypothalamus and pituitary glands. There are many different pathways. The major dopamine pathways in the mind are nigrostridial pathway, mesolimbic pathway, mesocortical pathway, and tuberculopulcular pathways. The main vital role of it is to regulate the physiological functions.
Hormones drive physical as well as sexual development. At the beginning of the puberty, our brain secretes a hormone called the gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH. The GnRH triggers the pituitary gland, which is a small but a significant gland which plays a major role in producing the major hormones, mainly the sexual ones.
Now, coming to the mood swing parts. Why teenagers have so much mood swings? This is because of the fluctuation of estrogen, progesterone and testosterone. These are also called as sex hormones. It is responsible for the way the teen think about dating and sex.
It's hard to believe that your body and your mind are controlled by the forces of the nature and are not directed by your own decisions. Many adolescents feel that the changes they are experiencing during adolescence are due to the teenage hormones are weird, freakish, and unnatural. But all these developments they are taking place are part of their overall development.
This puberty called depression. Teenagers has increased the risk of depression, specifically estrogen, which drives the puberty in teen girls. It increases the mental health challenges, but adults also strives hard to increase their navigate their academic challenges, relationship within and outside the family. They also are attracted to the peers as they're trying to look forward to the time they can start dating.
Now we know that teenagers change their personalities from month to month. This is mainly because of the self-esteem and self-worth issues they pass through. Now they keep experimenting with personal values such as style, belief, and even sexuality at some point. Now this is all dependent on their self-esteem. If a person or a teenager has high self-esteem with high support of their family or their peers, it is a high chance that they have high confidence and they are more comfortable with their personality. But if a teenager has low self-esteem and like high societal pressure, it may lead to the teenager having low confidence and even problems with the anxiety, depression, and stuff like that. Now these teenagers may even resort to mainly drugs or alcohol. These addictions might be very harmful. And also, to accompany this, we have societal pressure. Many teenagers have huge societal pressure to succeed, or even societal pressure through parents, teachers, or even their peers to have drugs, or even date, or even have sex.
According to the neurological study, it states that teenagers are most likely to experiment with drugs rather than adults. This is because of their brain is still developing. The part which is responsible for taking decision, which is the prefrontal cortex, is still immature in teens. Rather than it, the part amygdala is more active in teen, which is responsible for taking negative decisions.
Now, let's talk about these notorious hormones, shall we? Let's start off with oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone produced in the hypothalamus, you see here. It is mainly prominent in females rather than in males because it plays an integral part.
Stop you here.
Okay.
I just want to, these things we already know. What is the solution for this? It is there in your program?
No, it is actually an education-based program, so we are trying to educate people about the
I'll tell you one thing. When you are coming with the exhibition of science, what we think for you, what the judges want to know. The project is excellent, the presentation is super, but you should come up with a solution. This is the book knowledge which we are already knowing about it. Okay, you have also studied, we have also studied. Now we know that there is a problem with this teenager. The part of the brain is not developed fully, and because of which he might be facing some. Then what is the solution for that? What we have to do? What is the science to give a solution? Right? What is the science? Why do we do research? To bring a solution for some disease or for some of the things. Now Corona has come. So why so much of researches have been made to find a solution or find a medication for that? That thing come up, that's a science. The presentation is fabulous. What you have presented, and it's a very different concept. We've never looked into it. The tagline is also inside the manual. But I would request you to work a little more on this.
Okay.
Your base is nice. You have to go a little ahead of it. So this is all the knowledge. Now knowledge, everyone, the person comes, they already have the knowledge. But if you give a solution to them, that will be an add-on. Okay, that is the add-on which is required.
Okay. Honestly speaking, I've tried looking for a solution to these
Now,
hormonal changes.
now this project was based from, we wanted to come up from the students. Now you can consult with the teacher.
Okay.
Go forward, because your base is nice. But you need to go push yourself a little more and research more for this. And then come up with this. Then again we will have a look for that.
Thank
Sure?
you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Right.